Hi everyone, I thought I'd show you today another way of using one of the different flowers that is from the Trellis Blooms stamp set by Lisa Horton. The other day I showed you one using this flower, and today I thought I'd just show you one using this larger. Can of course be just stamped flat, which isn't a problem, but I thought I'd show you how I've used it to create some 3D flowers, which is what I quite like to do. So I'll show you what they look like to start off with. That is using some heavyweight 300 GSM cardstock, and this is using a good weight of copy paper. It is only 120 GSM, but it's got a bit of I don't know what it is really, but it's quite silky, so it's quite a good quality one, and that just makes more of a bud type look rather than a, well, I call it like almost like a rose really. Of course you could add more layers to it, but I've left it at that for this sample. Right, so this is what it looks like on the thingy. As you can see, it's quite a substantial size, and because I'm using distress inks to colour it, I'm using just the VersaFine ink pad. These Claire ones are actually really good. Actually, they stamp really nice. I've only just bought that, but it's really good. Oops. Right. Stamp it out, and then you would cut it out. I'm not showing you how I cut that out, but it's, as you can see, the lines are really easy to cut round. So I've got some already cut out, and then I have coloured the 3 in the card, and that's just to show you what it's like cut out in the card. And then there is this one that's in the copy paper, and that's it coloured. Just done it for ease really. Anyway, I can show you how I've actually coloured these. So last time I used a foam pad, but this time I'm taking some on a makeup brush. I bought them off the internet, they weren't expensive, and got quite a few in a set, and I just roll it round, and I find that it does quite quick, good coverage, and you can always go over again in certain places if you want it to look darker. I find it's quite good, that actually. So do the same on the reverse. You could colour it with different colours on the same flower, but just for ease for today, I've just done it like that. And you would do exactly the same on the cardstock, the heavier cardstock one. So I'm going to show you on this one first, because I'm going to do more with this one. So this is the heavyweight cardstock, which when it finishes, hopefully will look like this. So take some water in a spray bottle and spray on top. And I don't know if you'll be able to see from the camera angle, but they do actually start lifting off the glass mat, which is what you want them to do, because that then you know that the paper's getting thingy. I've just pressed that down just to get a little bit on the back as well. You can of course spray it on the back, but you don't want it too wet. The last video I showed you, I said you needed something like this, some sort of foam mat. As I said, yes, the last time I did one, you can use a washing up liquid pad, but they do tend to jump about a bit more. And again, you need a ball tool. So basically go round the outer edges of the petals, and as you can see, that starts it coming together. So these petals are quite large, so going slightly in on what you did, go round again and into the centre, and as you can see, it starts cupping. So as last time, try and hold the petals together like so, and then hold them for a few seconds, and hopefully it will help to retain that shape. They do spread a little bit as they dry. If you've got something that could happen, hold them in that shape. I don't know, like I said the other day, I did think about an egg cup, but I haven't actually tried it yet. But maybe placing it in an egg cup while it dried would make it keep its shape. Anyway, I haven't done that this time, so, but we'll it's an idea maybe. Right, so do the same with the other petals too. And this time, press it down in the centre with your ball tool. That hopefully will get it a little bit closer. Try and keep the petals together, and again hold it. And then do the same for what will, on mine, will be the last set, but you could do more layers if you wanted to do. I did make a card for the Create and Craft Show, and I think I used quite a few more layers on that. But for this purpose, it's exactly the same steps, so this will just get you the idea. So this one's drying out quite a bit actually. You could always just slightly spray it with the water if you think it needs it. So, right, set those to one side to dry. So I will now show you the paper one, the copy paper one, which as you can see is a lot lighter, as of course it will be by design. So again, spray with a bit of water. This one lifts up from the glass mat quite quickly because of course it's not as thick as of stuff, and you have to be a little bit more careful with this one. I've taken a slightly smaller ball tool for this because as you can see this bends quite quickly with it being thinner paper, and I tend to just do this in one lot as well. As you can see, this, hopefully you can see, it's quite easily goes together and pressed down in the middle. Now these you can get a lot closer because they're a lot thinner paper, and of course if you can hold them longer than I can for the video, because you get very bored just watching me holding a flower together like this. But as you can see with that one, you can get it a lot closer together. So I think they look great for the buds. So these are some that I've previously made. As you can see, no two really are alike, but I quite like the fact that they look different, because of course every flower in nature, even if it's the same type of flower, looks different. So I'm quite happy with that. Right, these should have dried longer, but hopefully I can show you the principle. So, right, the next step is to build the layers of the flower. So I'm taking just some Cosmic Shimmer to glue them together. And out of the three, I always look which is the more formed, which is this one. This one here looks quite formed together as a bud. And I will take that one as my next one. So I'm adding some glue to the bottom. And try and alternate the petals so that, just let me glue this down, the petals that are there, you've got a petal in between the two outer petals. You see, that's the inner petal between the two outer petals, and that way then it gives that layered look better. So I'm just going to press that down. Like I said, this is more open than what I would probably have wanted it, but it is damp, a lot damper than what it should have been. It would have been a lot more together had I had a chance to let it dry. So add some glue to this one, and again alternating your outer petals. Press it down and into place. So as you can see, you've got the alternating layers again. And there you've got your finished, when it's dried, your finished flower. Like I said, you could add more layers. Definitely could add more layers. There wouldn't be a problem with that. Right, now I thought I'd show you today. Don't know if you saw her on the show, and if you managed to get some, that's fab. Lisa has had some stamens on her show. Absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to show you. These are some of them. I've just got a mixture of a few of the taupe and a few of the white. You can use all the same colour. You can use as many as you want or as little as you want. I tend to, well, the amount that I've got there, depending on the size of the flower, of course, as well. Now this one, like I said, I've mixed. Again, what I wanted to say, some people line all the flower heads up and they like them to be absolutely precise. Personally, I like them to be a bit random, because I just think in nature, personally, that's what flowers are like. But so take a piece of wire and put it between the middle of the flowers, bend the flowers over. Sorry, I'm all fingers and thumbs. I've just had my puppy just jump up on my knee. And I'm trying not to take her on, because if I do, she'll want to join in. So bend that wire over. The wire might be a bit thick actually today, but anyway. So that you get that. And then take some sort of pointy tool. If it can be slightly thicker, I do have one that's thinner, but I find to get the wire through that the thicker one's better. And make a hole in the centre. Be careful when you're doing this, because these are very, very sharp. And if you put your fingers, you'll know about it. So it looks like that in there. And okay, it doesn't look like it's in the centre on the outside, that really doesn't matter, but it's roughly in the centre on the middle. So taking your wire, guide it through the holes. This can be the tricky part, getting the wire through the hole at the bottom. It isn't the easiest to do. This is why I said you need the bigger. And I think my wire's a bit thick, to be honest. Yeah, maybe I should have tried this out before I did it, but anyway. Ah, there we go. Now then, you could have it that they're down in the flower, like that. Or you can get hold of them and pull them. At this stage you can take the wire out and just pull them back a little bit. And just reform your flower. It's not an issue. And then, so you've got roughly that much sticking out. Now at that stage, I haven't turned my glue gun on, my hot glue gun on, but I would add hot glue round there to fix it and leave it to side to dry. And then you can, with your fingers, just get the look that you want. And there, basically, that's it. I do think they're quite pretty myself. A bit rose-like, and of course they look different again in all different colours. And that's the one that's drying. So as you can see, even those two. So if you put those two on a, if you added stamens to the centre of that one and waited till they were really dry and added them to a card, maybe another one of the thing, or you could add one of the rose ones, one of the bud ones. So I think they look quite pretty. Right, I'll leave you with that for now. Hope you've enjoyed it. Any questions, just ask the group or myself on the group. Bye.